Morning all. I struggled getting up this morning, man, after such an emotional day yesterday. Even at my alarm at 6:30, I was still fast asleep. I was in the middle of a dream, talking to someone about cryptocurrency. This lurgy is still trying to make a comeback, like, take that, man. Whew. So I've got some water to liven me up. I've got my echinacea with some freshly squeezed orange juice, and I've got my apple cider vinegar. I've also got some Manuka honey I'm going to have as well, man. Before I get kicked off, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody that reached out yesterday regarding the Autistic Society, about Albert that gave advice. Because we're kind of at breaking point, to the point we got called into school yesterday, and they're now using the language that they're going to exclude him. And that's the first time we've heard anything like that before, you know, bearing in mind that he's his behaviour has changed. We noticed a change probably the other side of Christmas, when he knew that his teaching assistant was going to be leaving. He kind of put his head in the sand, didn't want to go to school, didn't want to deal with it. And getting used to his new one has been a real struggle, you know. In his head, he's there with a stranger. You know, the handover period wasn't as long as it should be. So it's a real struggle. So his behaviour has been very challenging. You know, we found out that he was hardly in any classes last week apart from Friday, and it almost took a whole week for them to get him to the point where he could be in class. Then, of course, the weekend comes, so it's a different routine. Monday, back to square one, doesn't want to go to school. To cut a long story short, we managed to get in contact with people at the Autism Society, but also loads of people reached out, giving us loads of different organisations that we can go to. There's courses that we can... Because even though I work for a disability specialist, I'm not an expert, do you know what I mean? So just a big, massive thank you, man, just for everyone's humility. And everyone moans about how terrible social media is, about airing dirty laundry and stuff. Yesterday... And, you know, throughout my whole journey, it's been a godsend of people being able to share information. It's amazing. So today I commit to finishing my book. Today I commit to light exercise and resting. And today I commit to focusing on work. Yeah, man, I don't know what I did yesterday, but my back is sore in all sorts of different... Yes. The other part of today's science is just going to be gratitude, man. Gratitude and appreciation for all of our friends, you know. People on our friends list that was able to give some invaluable advice to us yesterday, man. And being able to go down to the Autistic Society. I mean, we're really lucky that it's on our doorstep. It's a bus ride from us, so we managed to go down there. And if we never went down there, they wouldn't have told us when to call. Even though they couldn't really help us there and then, they said, if you call just before 2:00, you'll be able to get through. Sure enough, we think about all the other families that are going through what we're going through, and they're just on that phone like we were, over and over again. And with like over 2 hours I was on that phone, couldn't get through, and I was just thinking, is this a joke? Does it even work? I'm going down there. I'm thankful for my good health and well-being. I'm loving being more active and incorporating exercise into my life. I feel so much better for it. I appreciate all my family living together and looking after mum. I'm so thankful for someone so kind, caring, loving, passionate and understanding in my life. I really appreciate... I want $50 billion by the 31st of the 12th, 2020. I will give my services to the world of inspiring and uplifting and empowering others to become their own bosses and create their own wealth from their passion. I will strive to help people be the best versions of themselves. I will share by giving books, business advice, encouragement. I'm just as worthy, deserving and capable of achieving everything I want in every area of my life as any other person on earth. The only thing that separates me from the most extraordinary life I can imagine is my level of commitment to becoming the person I need to be to achieve everything I want. From this moment on, I'm 100% committed to my personal development, i.e. my miracle morning. So I was looking last night at comparisons between the 8 Plus and the X, and I'm definitely returning it. I did contact Virgin yesterday, and they were like, oh, well, your account isn't active yet. I have to wait 7 days for it to become active before I can return it. So I'm going to have to do it on Thursday. Oh wow, look at the skies. Can't quite see them. So we're up and we're out and we're off. I'm just going to do a light one today, man. I don't want to overdo it. My back is... The whole thing with Albert, and that paired with what's going on with my mum, I was like, fuck this, man. So it just felt like everything is coming at once. We've been arguing with Scottish Power. They sent her a bill for over £3,000, man. They tried billing her for a whole year, man, that she wasn't even there. Not even the flat that she just come from, the one before that. So, yeah, we've been battling that. So finally we got a resolution yesterday and they've wiped it clean, man. They're slags, you know, and sending a bill for like £3,500 at a time like this where my mum, you know, she's worried about what's going on with her health, let alone what's going on with her finances. So I just went into one, man. I emailed, CC'd in Watchdog and told them to only deal with me. I didn't want my mum getting involved in it. Because as soon as she got that letter, her whole mood changed, man. She was like, oh my God, what we're going to do? I was like, Mum, don't worry about it. We're going to sort it out, like trying to reassure her. But my mum, like me, is a bit of a worrier, man. So if you ever need to complain to a company, go to ceomail.com. And there they have the CEO emails for most of the big companies, at least in the UK, if not the world. And you send an email to there, you get the office. So my mum was dealing with general customer service. They wrote back, even though she sent the tenancy agreement saying she wasn't there during that period. They wrote back and said, oh yeah, we've reviewed your account, you still owe it. You better get yourself some debt counselling. Fuck. So I contacted the CEO office, and as well as CC'd in Watchdog and Guardian Consumer Champions and stuff. And you have to give them 8 days to reply, but they finally got in touch yesterday. Just as I was dealing with the whole thing with Albert, the whole thing had me reaching for the calms, man. And I don't do it very often, but Jesus, I didn't half need it. And just as well I didn't want to go down that autistic society with like all guns a-blazing. So when I went in there, like I was quite subdued by that time. Such a beautiful sky over there, man. I'd love to be able to see it. Love watching the sunrise. Come on, Dubsy. Why does he always get that other side of that fence? Come on in. Anyway, today's another day, and yeah, where's Dubsy do? So I'm gonna quick walk around the park, and then we're gonna go back and do the school run together. So hopefully we can get him in together without incident. But oh wow, look how much a difference a day makes, man. Can't wait for the sun to start rising a lot sooner. Maybe be able to see it through our runs. Not have to worry about getting back for work. Looks gorgeous, man. Meanwhile, the dog has done a runner for me and ended up in the football pitch. Probably thinks we're going to be doing runs again today. Dubs, this way, mate. Silly sausage. See, this is how I lose the dog. Admiring the sunrises. Oh, look at the clouds. Dubsy versus Squirrel. Every morning. Squirrel wins 110 times. Come on, Dubs. Look at it. Dun, 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 dun. Spinach, carrot, cucumber, blueberries, all the seeds, goji berries. Geared up there. Oh, it's very green. Jesus. Can't even taste the blueberries. I'm up and I'm out and I've got, oh, what's he up to now? What is it with these dogs? Leaf, got to piss on it. Bag, got to piss on it. Oh my God, there's a chicken leg, I've got to piss on it. They have to piss on absolutely everything. I'll come out just to have a quick break from working indoors, man. I found my mojo again, thankfully. Didn't know what I've been doing for the last week or so. I've been trying to ease myself back into it, but I've finally got it back today. And in other news, Albert went straight into school, no drama whatsoever. It was really good. I think with Jade and I being there together, showed a bit of solidarity. It was 2 of us, 2 of them. Parents one. In fact, it was Diddy showing us up today. He wouldn't put on his clothes, he was kicking off, he was shouting. Yeah, so we had to tickle him to death to get his get his shoes on. But we got there in the end, so oh look, the dog is shooting while I'm not picking it up. You know where I am, innit? Now my visualizations this morning really put things into perspective. It's just about Albert being at school. Couldn't really care less about that at that given time, to be honest. Just want him to be happy.
can weed out the B and C and D players.